Like I was saying, you haven't had the decency to even offer me a card. And you're giving me some bullshit about, well, if you get a job, then we'll give you a job. And I'm like, well, I gotta go talk to God. And you laugh at me like you know something I don't know. Like you don't know yet? Okay, that's just fucking disrespect. The question is, do you know yet? See, just because it says Langley, Virginia on your paycheck, and you got a paper ID, that's all imaginary shit down here. Alright? All you are is the same as you think you're after, which is some, like, extraterrestrial threat. Because you probably would shoot the freedom fighters, dude. Because when he comes, man, he's gonna fuck you up. Because you gotta keep in mind, this country does not want Jesus Christ or any deity like Allah or anyone like that. They're all one and the same to come here and free you. They're not gonna make their money. They're not gonna get rich. And most of these motherfuckers are Nazis with priorities and agendas. So, I didn't realize it at the time. I only realize it now. Because these clowns are coming at me with some David Blaine magic shit. And I know all your tricks. And I've seen the real shit. So you got to think about that for a second. You really got to think about that for a second. It's like if you race a top fuel dragster and some kid comes up to you like, watch me in my Camaro. Like, are you really that fucking impressed? Are you that fucking impressed by some street punk racing a Camaro? Yeah, but you ain't going to do shit to me. You are not going to be able to do shit to me. You already have tried. Many have tried. I've tried myself. So you're not looking at it from my point of view. You're thinking, well, he might have some gifts or some, hyper intuitiveness. He may be a gifted child. He may be a savant. But we're going to rule out the fact, we know there's no God. No. This time you're going to find out there is. See, my job is not that I'm cool. My job is that I'm a fucking idiot. So when you want to talk about how, like, Donald Trump, for example, well, God can take anybody and make them into... Look at me. Look at me. I mean, Donald Trump is a sucker, dude. Now, look at you guys. You ain't got nothing to say about it. Now it's all over the place, and no one cares. That his son-in-law, to keep the name going, Kushner, gets $2 billion to the contradiction of the Saudi, organization, except for the Crown Prince. So everyone in Saudi Arabia who's part of this money doesn't want to give him any money because he's a failure for his 666, Madison Avenue townhouse business. And then you got what's his name going over there 18 times. In fact, the first trip he took as president was to Saudi Arabia, where he puts his hand on the globe of Earth with the other Saudi princes, where you have 9/11 families protesting because time goes by, see, it wears down. So that, part of this new world order shit. So then you wonder, well, everyone else in the Saudi government was opposed to giving this money to Kushner. I mean, I'm not giving you some, Alex Jones, Don Lynn's bullshit. I'm telling you, this is what's on all the media. This is now accepted. You're just not watching it. And we accept it. Why? Because that's the way business is done. We don't want gas prices high. So what did Trump do? He worked out a deal with the Saudis. They control the gas. That's right. They control the gas. So now you know why you were paying $6 for the last 2 years. Now you know who made and put up those stickers, look what I did with Biden, a month before the gas prices were even able to go up. Because he's even said in the report, you don't want to diss the Saudis because they're the ones that control our fuel. So if they control our fuel and you're good friends with them, why would you want to make... Well, that's a terrorist. That's the domestic terrorist. You're president of the United States and you are trying to sabotage the future president so that you can run in 2024? I mean, you should be fucking hung like Saddam Hussein. I mean, you guys, your cognitive dissonance is fucking very frightening when you don't sit there and realize. I mean, even I can go, well, I guess that's business. That's the way it's got to get handled. We all know about shit like that. This is the fucking president. He ain't somebody that you can just take and reform into something good. He's not that type. I think what it's saying is you can take somebody from nothing and make them into something. Donald Trump has always been an ego fucking maniac. He's disrespectful towards women. I mean, even if you were to erase everything he did and made him into an angel, it would still leave people disappointed. So it's not Donald Trump. And I can read the minds of every fucking voter. Like, well, but they can't impeach him. He must be God if he's getting away with all this. He must be persecuting the bad people. Well, look at your own fucking book. the Bible, where it says that that's exactly what you would say when you would fall for the Antichrist. How the fuck can you expect Trump to be just for your fucking Messiah or the Messiah when all he does is hate and he's trademarked the term "you're fired"? No, trust me, the person that you're going to find out is really God incarnate, God in a person. Is not going to be rich and have that much money. He's going to be somebody you never even heard of. He's not going to be from Washington, D.C. I mean, yeah, they'll come after him. They'll try to kill him. You know, it's like Farrakhan said, you're dealing with, this is a different time and place now. You know, all respect's due to MLK. All respect's due to Kennedy. But you think God hasn't figured it out now? God is going to send Suge Knight. He's not going to send a hippie. And that's just your impression, because God's a badass motherfucker, and Jesus is way more badass than anyone can even imagine. That motherfucker puts up with so much shit, and all you can do is talk shit. You give each other high fives when you hear a rumor that some dickhead who's dressed up as a priest molests a kid. Because you want to believe it. You want to believe it. And you don't even know that's happening because they got the rights to exorcism. You're fucking with satanic shit. You guys have all signed demonic contracts. I'm not signing no demonic contract. I didn't take no COVID money. And now look how stupid you look. Now they got commercials on TV. COVID-19, get your vitamins in. It's a joke. It's like that didn't tell you right there, it's a fucking flu. And then you hear, oh, and who leaked this, the memo of the draft that the Supreme Court justices wrote about what they might vote on if it ever came back up to vote for, like they can do it overnight. I mean, so I'm not the one who's stupid. I'm the one who's telling you this is not legit. It's a Friday afternoon, which is when they release bullshit. And the next day you had so many women protesting it that it made it, like, it solidified it. It made it permanent. You believed it. It has to be real because no one would be protesting. When I told you, don't you know how this country works? Look, if Trump can't undo the Affordable Health Care Act, also known as Obamacare, which we demanded, everyone demanded, there's no reason to undo it, except he wants to undo what the black man did. If he can't undo that with the Supreme Court, you think that Roe versus Wade, it's been taught in colleges for 50 years, they're just going to slip a note to the media and that's going to be the official announcement? You are on a crack. I don't know what is in those vaccines. But for you to be so militant and asking me to get one, like you have one, you're not going to get it. What are you going to get anyways? Drug sick? Drug sick's 10 times worse than anything you'll get from COVID. And what, you want guns? And you want, okay, you could have guns, because what? Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, I want drugs. Drugs, you know, people can use drugs to kill themselves, whatever. I have more of a right to do that to myself than some motherfucker does with a gun shooting goddamn, you know, steel rounds at people left and right. And that's happening on the daily. You know, I mean, all you can do with me is like be like, well, you know, you disappointed your mother. Well, fuck, you know, I think she'd rather actually have me die of an overdose than have me die of some motherfucker who comes in and shoots the class up because, you know, people are picking on him or just because he wants to be a show-off. So don't tell me about rights. And don't talk about, you know, we are in America. Where at least I know I'm free. If you can, on the internet, try to look at other countries, what they're saying. And don't go to BBC Africa. Don't go to BBC Guatemala. Go to the real websites. And we look like fucking kooks. We look like kooks. I mean, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was bad, but he did a decent job in California. But to hire Donald Trump and to see the shit he's getting away with, and it's black diamond motherfuckers. I mean, this guy is sucking the dick of Israel like shit. Like it's your adult bar mitzvah mixed with I'd say a bachelor party. That's how much dick he's sucking in Israel. That's why you never hear about them in the news. That's why he could come over. What's his name? What was his name? Netanyahu, and just march in and speaking in our Congress. He didn't even ask permission. He just said, "Fuck you, Obama," and he just came in and spoke at our Congress, and people stood up and applauded. And you want to be a nationalist? You guys got to get really hip to the realities of it and quit denying shit that's true. Quit denying shit that is true. Because the only thing that's going to destroy anybody around here is who is lying and who's telling the truth. And I'm not even claiming I know the truth, but I definitely know you're all lying. You're all living a lie. And you can like that or not, but otherwise, you can keep sucking Israel's dick.